Hey guys, this is Zlewikk and welcome back to my EU4 achievements hunter run. So serious when trying to get all of EU4 achievements before Project Caesar is released. Today I will go for a fairly challenging achievement, which requires me to play as Mulhouse and decentralize the Holy Roman Empire. Not revoke the privilege like in all the runs that you're seeing on YouTube. Decentralize the Holy Roman Empire. While doing this achievement, I'll also do neither Holy nor German achievement, which requires me to have 7 free cities not being German. Easy peasy? Well, that's gonna be a long campaign, so I hope that you guys will enjoy it. This channel is proudly sponsored by eneba.com, which is the digital marketplace with thousands of games, DLCs at a discounted price. So usually if you're looking to buy a game, Eneba is the place to go, especially that if you use the link in the description, you're supporting this channel for absolutely free. Thank you so much for all the support. Let's go straight to the video. One disadvantage of Mulhouse, well, there are a few, but one of them is that you can only choose Baden and Strasbourg as rivals, which are just next to you. They also goddamn Republic, and a goddamn Republic cannot be voted to be Holy Roman Emperor. So we have to change into monarchy, which I'll do by just reselecting the same rulers. What doesn't help is that our current ruler is getting yearly Republican tradition, which is, I think, they got randomly, which is unfortunate. But it's fine, let's just go ahead and start doing a state setup. Power points from each, high loyalty. For sure we do need religious diplomats for the diplomatic reputation, but also increased levies, supremacy over the crown, as general, and from the burghers, prestige, 1% loans, and tax modifier. Then I will go ahead and start building units with all of our manpower. Sound diet. That gives me nobility privilege to regain our manpower, which I can take here. Then cancel this unit being created. Pass a day. There it goes, because 50% cheaper advisor from Mill, which is to reinforce speed guy, not the best one, but it's gonna be useful for mercs. And if you're speaking of mercs, let me start recruiting a free company and also 1000 of manpower troops. And then we can go and seize land. And we can take the general, which is pretty bad. So is the real general. We don't make much money, so besides the melee advisor, I will for now not do anything else. We'll soon start using more. Use our merchants. So in Rhineland, I'm gonna definitely go for improved relations. And I'll send my second merchant to Vienna with the same goal. With mercs recruited, I can go and take the mission built to the first default mission. That's morale, but also claims on neighboring provinces. Issue is that, yeah, it's Lorraine, which is vassal of Provence, which is ally of France. It is Austria, so pretty much my two rivals are the only ones I could deal with. We might want to figure out an alliance with Austria, at least improve relations with them, because they tend to enforce peace on you if they don't like you. 11 December, so we have to look at the allies. Baden allied both Liege and Rothenburg, which is pretty bad for us. But little Strasbourg doesn't have an allies yet, and we have to make a very important decision. For the first war, do you prefer to show strength on them, right, to get power points, start feeling technologies and ideas, or do you prefer to conquer them and unlock ourselves conquest path to Palatinate? And I go for the show strength because expansion is not as important for us right now, since our long-term goal is to become the Holy Roman Emperor. So let's just go for the humiliate rival mission. And that's also why I started building that manpower stack. It's because we need 9,000 troops to siege down the capital. So let's just wipe them. You see we are down to 7,000, so that additional 1,000 is not enough. That's where the reinforced speed advisors come handy. Also start improving relations with electors, so be able to ally them, at least the electors that are not rivals to each other. To make it worse and more unlucky, but we like unlucky RNG guys, right? Austria is Baden. So I don't have any expansion path right now besides show strength. And since I killed all the troops and I over the force it, let me just pay for the army partly. So it's not gonna lose anything into attrition, while I'm not paying too much on them. There it is, so obviously show strength is 300 power points, 100 of each that we're gonna get. Very nice, that allows me to improve my stability to 1. And let's see if we could get someone else to rival. No, we're still locked to these 2 guys, which is bad. I can't fight this. I could fight this, because Provence is no longer allied to France. So I'm definitely gonna be able to deal with them. To do that, let me improve my power projection, so we can go ahead and embargo these guys. Also show strength, also send an insult to get over 50. But in the meantime, let me start looking for strong allies like Saxony and Cologne. So we're aiming for Saxony, Cologne, and most probably Mainz to be our allies. Yes, this is gonna cost me a bit, but YOLO. Let me recruit 1 more 1,000 troops, so be even more over our first limit, and I will attack Lorraine. This I think it's 15,000 troops they have, and really tough force to be sieged down. But we should be fine. I could also be aiming to ally France a bit later on. Oh, that's kind of event we want. Losing Republican tradition to become a monarchy. Anyway, let me attack Lorraine. What would be important is to wipe some troops day 1. Yes, please. They'll be rebuilding this. And we of course want to limit that, because now they are down to 11,000 troops, which is not as bad for us. Yeah, we're at the point where we are taking like almost alone every month. But the siege are progressing us nicely, and they are rebuilding a bigger army. So we have to finish one of the sieges ASAP if you don't want to get attacked. I honestly also didn't see Provence army, so I have a feeling that they might be locked to these provinces. These guys, they run around the provinces of Burgundy, but I didn't see Provence armies. There goes Verdun, which allows me to kill these 3k troops in Metz. Now the whole thing is much easier, but I have all these terrains. You see, Trent is on the other end coming from the south, uniting here. We have to be cautious. Oh yeah, they attacked me. They got access from France. And you see, it's a disaster for them. Maybe if these 2 guys reinforced, I would have a problem. Pray, I hope it will be better with EU5. These battles are for sure out of war scope for us. It's 11 already. Oh, come on, just go down already. It just stays on 49% for 3 months now. Please? Okay, thank you. Now I can actually fight them in the woods, which I had siege down. Can't sort it because I don't own that province. But it's close to be a wipe. Ah, they're going somewhere far away. As you see, I've got 66% war score already. These 2 provinces, why it seems just 2? Keep in mind, it's 15. It's 30 to death. I have 8. So we're gonna increase 4 times. We're gonna quadruple our development this way. How about we take this? Take war reps. Take money to repay probably most of our debt. And let's see how much we can get by getting them on low attitude. Oh, Provence is at war someone else? Burgundy. Burgundian conquest of Verdun. Okay, Burgundy helps a bit us here. But I didn't need help. That's probably gonna be it. Maybe break some relations for more prestige. Hey, it's out of A, so want to drop it. That's pretty damn good for us. We can move that one now, grab our second advisor. There's no improved relation here. Let's grab tax guy. And I'll also look for improved relation. While with the rest, actually cannot even repay all of the loans. I can repay all of them except 1. And the loan size upgraded, which means I can retake the 1% loans easily. Of course, I'm getting lawful territory from Austria, which means, yeah, it's gonna decrease my relationship with the others. Can I just, yeah, I will have to improve relations more to ally these guys. New conquest also means new rivals, but for now, it's just Provence. Election, yeah, as said, we want to keep decreasing the Republican tradition. That's why I'm gonna keep re-electing, which is also additional mana for us, and I can take Tech 4 for some innovativeness. Palatinate is yet another ally I'm gonna have. So I'm gonna have 4 electoral allies. Hopefully you should help get us elected once we get rid of the Republican tradition. I'm also looking to ally Bohemia. Even if not allying the others, I'll start improving relations with them anyway. I'm not slowing down, and since here's my new rival, yeah, they are an elector, but doesn't matter. I can call colonial mains to help us out. So the troops amount will be rather balanced. Keep in mind is that we have a tech advantage, so that should be pretty easy. If staying in these 2 provinces, I should be also able to current reform. We definitely don't want to yield the Republican tradition. Think re-elect from the ruling family just costs more Republican tradition, so let me just pick this. And with Mets stated, my force limit issues should be fixed. Just look at that. You see that's gonna cost a bit, and I can't decrease autonomy yet. But that's 1 additional force limit. Should be definitely another 2 once I decrease autonomy. Keep in mind that prestige gives you a impact and improve relations. That's why I'm gonna separate every single ally of Trier by doing the end rivalries. Could actually break the alliance with Trier as well, so I can cook event later. Which is, see, 8.8 prestige just for ourselves, because it's split between allies by the war participation. You know, and for this tricks, not only I got 300 power points from that war, but also up to 33 of prestige already. AE is dropping in the meantime. I'll be getting war reparations from 3 countries, so my income will be also fixed, especially once I do this. And up to almost 4 of income and almost 10 force limit. Yeah, but I keep stacking the innovativeness, but I will not be taking the next Diplotech because I want to go for diplomatic ideas. And Burgundy, after winning with Provence, has a bit of an issue with France. Now that I got a decent crown land, I can sell titles. She's done to give it above 10, while being able to repay some of the like 4 ducat loans, or simply 4% loans. There goes the technology, and as promised, I will be going for diplomatic ideas, for improved relations, diplomatic reputation, for high chance to become an emperor, and war score cost might be also of use, same as lower impact diplomatic actions. Since I'll be hitting points cap on mill points, my burghers are loyal, I have prosperity in the capital, I can start diving here a bit with the mill points. And also admin mana, to be honest, because we are so ahead. And we could probably even aim on getting it up to 30 development. I'll do that, so we can start the golden era a bit early. Oh yeah, and when doing that, we obviously got -1 stability, which I'll not be able to increase until we'll pretty much switch into a monarchy. With that doing, our income is up to 5.5 and force limit to 11. And we just embrace the renaissance thanks to this. I should probably redo some of the 1% loans, so let me go ahead and repay the old loans and take them again. So now I have 200 ducats to repay the old and small loans. So down to 12 of them. Oh, with all this I need to pick up new rivals, which are much stronger than the previous ones. But let me go for Switzerland. And maybe not Palatinate, because they're our ally. So I have to do Burgundy. That is super weak, honestly. But obviously their subjects are not. I'll use France when once the truce ends to defeat them, because yeah, I did ally France. About that, I can sell them this tradition now as well, which gets our income up to almost 9 ducats. So if I expand Mulhouse, I can get more claims around us, including Burgundy. Trust 40 allies, so we'll be able to get Diplo rep, but I'll use that to get the emperorship. Shadow Kingdom incident, yeah, that's bad, because we're just before Austria taking the first reform, and they're gonna lose 20 imperial authority for that goddamn incident. Maybe our ruler died, but I can keep that event popped up for at least 2 months ticks. to use the mana generation from him. And then I can just choose that last option to keep someone from the same family, which is gonna let me lose a bit of Republican tradition. Not as much as normally, but it's still good. On a side note, we don't really have any aggressive expansion left, so maybe it's time to declare that next war. Let's see if someone would help us to deal with Burgundy before French truce ends, because that's its 9 years. That would be just mains. Looking under allies, it's a bit too early for me to handle this kind of the war. How about Strasbourg? The truce ends in a few months. That's gonna be my next goal. To make it work faster, we definitely need frequent elections. First bonus in this age is AE impact, but also can start the golden era, which allows me to take the Tech 6, which allows me to declare war on Burgundy. So we just go ahead and declare that war. Bohemia, you didn't have these loans a second ago. And declare with just mains now. But we'll be aiming to get Bohemians at war someone else, but we should have enough troops to defeat anyone. Let me show you our army quality. First of all, on an example of Brittany. Vital -2. Destroyed. How about we try it with Oldenburg stack now, or even this 21,000 troops here. The tech advantage is just making such a difference that I don't have any doubts that we are gonna easily win that battle. Really tough war with Burgundy, guys. We've killed so many of them. But I can. What's important for me long term is to take provinces that they hold that are in the HRE. This 4. Why not getting coalition? That's exactly what I'm doing. Should help stacking Imperial authority a bit later. And obviously scaling our Mulhouse country in the meantime. Well, did you guys see how many we've killed? Because I didn't check. It was over 100k probably, right? There are so many small countries I can rival now. How about Geneva? Oh boy. Mulhouse strength are incoming, boys. 50 of the Holy See Papal points. I'll most likely... That's a tough choice. It's either gonna be Improved Relations or Diplo Rep. And I will go for Improved Relations. Of course, it's a Republican tradition right now as well, but I'm about to lose that. Anyway, third show of strength. It's third, right? Which means we've got this campaign already 900 points, and I didn't notice I would hit mill points cap by doing so. Let me finish Diplo ideas, which is also Diplo tech cost. Could take this, but there's no need. Oh, yeah, I could take this. Which is second idea group. And we could think about something military. And with offensive I get diplomatic reputation. And also military and bonuses as well as siege ability. So let's just go and take offensive, and I can take already 2 of them right away. Just morale of armies from the Swabian city-state ideas. And when we're talking about Swabian city-state, I can click this for diplomatic improved relations. But let's wait for us to lose the current garden form. And since Liege doesn't really have strong allies, I could think about them or Geneva or Berg. Let's take a look. Berg. It's not really having strong allies. Geneva. Neither. Actually, Geneva is gonna be the best rival to be taken. We can right away go. Declare yet another, I think 4th shown strength war. Wait, why are the knights in Bresse? What happened in this campaign? I think I don't really need to also expand more on this campaign. This lance is just enough to be strong emperor. Really nice font on the map. But it's gonna be hard to figure out all these reforms, so I also didn't do a single one. I think Naples might be a problem. 4 wars at the same time. And that is 1,200 mana we already got from the show's strengths. With all that mana we are having, it's also time to reduce the inflation, which is golden era, and the bookkeeping privilege, innovativeness, makes it pretty cheap. So we need to get it down to 0. Oof, guys, Switzerland just fully next Geneva, which means I can pick up the new rival. Who though? Bavaria sounds good, honestly, and that will be definitely reasons on nations from him later on. Let's rival Bavaria and prepare for war. I don't know at this point, is it 1.2 or 1.5 thousand power points we got already in this campaign from showing strength. This allows me to finish offensive ideas in 1479. Trust me, this is early. Which is also a policy for diplomatic reputation and spy network construction. And I have to spend my army money on something. Well, let's reduce inflation again. Let's maybe not boost stability, but instead let's develop our provinces a tiny little bit, especially ones with bad trade good, like for example Verden. Yeah, I will have to increase out the stability after all because I've got a noble plot. This hurts. And the tier 4 guarantee form, let me make the courier stuff cheaper. Another noble plot. With my life, you know what? I'm gonna take it to 1. Fuck it. There it is. Republican relations debated. We need a king. So this is down to 1. Yes, we definitely need a king. That is 666. He's pretty old though. In the meantime, just manually improving relations with everyone in HRE. You can see they just love me.
They love me.
And there it is. Election. I can get a presidential dictatorship. Increase morale. It also forces me to change tier 2 guarantee form. Let's just go for the good spirits for now. And for tier 3, can go for consolidation of power. It's again time for some deving, especially with prosperity being ready. Just get this up to 20. Just get this up to 20. And let me... Ooh. Also use this state. Although it's pretty developed already, there's never enough of paper development in your country. So this way you're heading towards a country with at least 20 death in every province. Just South is lagging behind while you're waiting for prosperity here. Yeah, we got the first reform. Good job, Austria. Just let me take it over now. Let's do this, boys. 20. Right now, every single province in our country has at least 20 development, and 2 of them have over 30, which means we already at 184 death. It's probably not close to be a great power, but maybe one day. Burgundian succession just happened. Holland has integrated Burgundy. Oh boy. I mean, that's good news for us, because it means there's not a single province in HRE in the hands of someone outside of the HRE. Which means Imperial authority goes brrrr. Let's just use that moment and do a humanity rival in Holland for just even more power points. Oh, now also the incident happened to dismantle Holland's independence. They are in the HRE. So this is still going brrrr, and our war is even easier. Oh, and it allowed the Emperor to take the second Imperial form. I absolutely love it. Now the show strength is 1.8 thousand at this point of power points. With the Lord dead, we are first of all becoming a monarchy. Then we also got this tragic ruler. Does he have free trades right away at the age of 21? Construction cost increased, staff cost modifier, and chance of a new heir. Which makes us eligible to be voted as an HRE emperor. But you see, it's not looking too good. Only 1 vote right now. Well, I will start with choosing guarantee forms. How about we go ahead, take the unjustified demands, staff cost, actually staff cost, because we'll be most likely doing a lot of no CB wars to handle the reformation. Regional councils for the tax state edict. It's gonna be super strong. Let's use it right away. 8.3 of tax income. And once we switch all of this to the tax meta, we are at 11 of income. Then on tier 4, the same church bonus. Then we can click Dominates Fabia. We can click Trust for Worthy Allies. And we'll not click this yet. We're gonna click it a bit later. We might also want to try doing this for under diplomatic reputation. But with this, we have already 7.4 dipl rep. Which means we'll be getting more and more of these guys to vote on us. And we have to simply start getting royal marriages with them. And improving relations even further. The succession of Karl first. Yeah, 106 heir. He really matches his father, giving legitimacy instead. And actually I might boost it because legitimacy is impacting our depot rep. So how about we spend 300 of these boys to increase our depot rep. That is already at level 8.4. And we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. And the rule of Austria is as of now 44, so it might take time to make it work. I would definitely try allowing him. Oh no, I like France and Bohemia. We might try doing this anyway. A child in the reeds. 433 is much better. Let me take this guy, right? Let's make sure he's not a woman. We want to be an emperor. Now also staff cost. Yeah, it's a bit cheaper than it was before. There we are, fucking Mulhouse 1496. Holy Roman Emperor. I got CP on France because they hold these provinces, and on Moscow because they ate Riga. And seriously go after Moscow. What does this allow me? Conquest of Riga, return corn, liberation of vassals, liberation of countries. What's the difference between these two? Okay, this requires me to take Riga, this Moscow. And I for sure need a bit more of troops. Oh yeah, anyway, you see this is increasing 0.25 every month now. In this war, we can do separate pieces. Which I wanted to use to release Croatia, but they developed. So instead I'm gonna take over the subject of Albania. And ask them to release Serbia and Herzegovina. Or just Herzegovina. Then we're gonna take reparations and money. That's a bit of diplo points we're gonna pay. Moscow. For sure gives me... One order. I will actually keep Riga for myself. Just have core English to do stuff around here. Right, and it is an Imperial province. And I'm gonna release Livonia. It'd be good if we could take Brno as well, but we can't with this war goal. And then we're gonna break the relations with Hungary. And take nothing. One of the big goals we will be having is increase amount of the members in the empire. And I will be declaring bigger nations like Switzerland, Austria, Bavaria to release a bunch of tax. But I'll be only doing that when there is no peace in the empire. Because you see, there's a peace now, so I don't want to declare wars because that would slow down my imperial authority increase. It had to happen at one point, guys. Protestant reformation just started 1502. So we have to start getting rid of these boys. You can start by simply attacking Trier. And they'll be allied to Hesse. And just we have to enforce Legion on Hesse. But to do that, we need a casus belli first. Oh, Poland just activated an order that I am guaranteeing. It's Poland, Lithuania, and Brandenburg to fight. And Moldavia. 60, 70, almost 80k troops. What's army quality of Poland? Army quality of Poland is not too good. How about Lithuania? It's fucking tragic. How about to build armies and go take care of them? Let's just take the technology to make as big of an advantage as possible. When you want to avoid a situation that where your ally, a war leader, is getting minus 100% war score for getting full siege down after a few years, just give them occupations of the force that you're occupying. I'm beating twice the size of my self-army. This guy's reinforced, so I shouldn't gonna, break the balance. But see, I have second stack ready just to come here in a second. So got AI to piece up Brandenburg 4. Are you fucking serious? You're supposed to release something here. Now I got very unlucky because the best scenario is when the regional center happens in the capital of a country. Then it's easy. What happens in like Snen, like in case of Bohemia, or in goddamn Lund, like in case of Denmark, then we are screwed. We are freaking screwed. I can simply separate piece Poland. And I'll do that. Just simply taking these few provinces. I'm probably letting Living Order die by doing so, but I honestly don't care much. Just trying to figure out the best peace deal. Let's just take these 3 provinces and a bit of money. And in these terrains, I can release some subjects. Because I'll be able to release Danzig. And I'll be able to release Teutonic Order separately. Let me just make sure that I take the strong duchies. And now I have to come back home fast and deal with the goddamn reformation. There goes the third reform, which allows me to get a casus belli against people bordering Empire, to force them into the Empire. Oh yeah, let's start the war on Tier, where I have to make sure to get Hesse. Question is, can we get also Dortmund into that war? I can get the war of Dortmund by attacking Berg. I'll just, yeah, keep handling that slowly. Obviously calling in some allies to make it faster. One, I will be here. Second, I will declare on Switzerland. Bohemia cannot join. For goal to release as many nations as possible out of them. Mr. Hesse, remember, when you enforce religion for war, and the center for reformation is in the capital, it is getting rid of the Reformation Center. So I had only the stuff here on Reformation. I have to also start expanding outside. And that's why I should start declaring the nations in here. Which actually is great for us because we can get Bavaria in. And release a bunch of stuff from Bavaria. So, 3 goals. Expand the empire for free imperial authority. Increase amount of the princes in the empire. Right now it is only 58, and fight the reformation at the same time. 4 nations to be released out of Bavaria. So this is already 60. Oh fuck. Yeah, one of them big goddamn Protestant. When you release, you have to make sure that you take a look at that. I fucked up because this hurts more than having an extra prince. Expanding empire to Savoy, which is a small expansion. It's 1.7 imperial authority. But it's already number 64 prince. I can also just white peace tiers since I don't need anything from them. And we can right away go ahead and declare war on these guys to get the war of Dortmund to enforce religion on Dortmund. Now the 2 countries released from Switzerland up to 66, but heretics are definitely more important to get rid of. Same as expansion to new countries in here. I think Genoa might be a bit too big. Yeah, they are. And Mantua is not bordering the empire. It's a problem, these nations are too big. But I can just go for a reconquest war on Venice to make it work. And call all of these guys in. Mr. Dortmund. No, wrong religion. 2 heretic princes, 66 members of the Holy Roman Empire. Age of Reformation is here. And we've got just 1 thingy done. Not possible, not possible. Maybe possible. Maybe possible. Yeah, I'm not gonna get much. I don't really need these bonuses, to be honest. Releasing 4 new nations out of Venice, which should be 4 potential members of the empire. Once our truce ends, I can also already take 10, which is 3rd idea group. Honestly, I will go for religious. The bonus energy of reformation, but also to be able to actually convert these religious centers once I take them over in a war. Let's see, I can embrace colonialism for just 60 ducats. It's pretty useful. It's not what's useful is I'm spending so much money on these advisors that I'm actually on 0 balance. Since we have new age, it's time to get rid of regional councils. It's not of huge help anymore. So instead, I'll just take reform progress growth. Steve Florence, welcome to the empire. That's another 2.3 imperial outrage for us. There we are. Through having institution and having a lot, we are a great power. Since our ruler is tragic, right? And we can abdicate. It's time to abdicate, because that means 10 free Imperial authority for us. And we definitely have to find someone better than 502. It's time for a huge war, because we are gonna attack Austria. That war is gonna get Hungary and Castile into us. And we want France to join. That's why I'm gonna just ask them for favors to prepare for war. And when we declare this, they're gonna join it. We need a big coalition for this war. Hungary will be called as a co-belligerent, so be able to release more from them. Yes. And then while this war, I'll attack Pope to expand empire, because Castile will not be able to join it. Okay, this is unexpected. Austria, my boys, have 5 morale. And just take a look at this. Castile has 5.1. The reformation just started in Memmingen. Please tell me we are at war. We are not. We definitely have to declare on them ASAP. We are at war with Memmingen. This is such a great news. We can separate peace them and enforce. I can't enforce religion on them on this war goal type. We have to white peace them ASAP. Another reformed nation is Switzerland. At least it started in their capital. Adding both to the empire 6 imperial authority. It's time to break the hack box here around us. Start with breaking the alliance between Castile and Austria. So now we can focus on just these 2 goddamn countries. We're getting a problem because of reformed. Because Constance, Memmingen and Ulm are converting to that religion. And this is a problem because declaring a war on a free city is a -3 stability. Anyway, I don't think much is left from Austria at this point. And we keep getting and expand empires to build more and more countries. Expanding empire into Genoa should be pretty... Yeah! Almost 9 imperial authority, which is just enough to embrace another reform. Perfect timing, because my truces with the guys of the wrong religion are ending in half a year. And remember, cannot take a reform into HRE while you're at war. You have to be at peace. So just go ahead, do this. Check. There goes reform number 4, which gives me diplomatic reputation. And yeah, really taxing. Since Bohemia allied Switzerland that want to attack, I can just use favors to break that alliance. And anyway, attack the freaking Switzerland to enforce a religion on them and just get rid of one of the center of reformations. Thank you so much. One less religious center. At least there's one in here in Scotland, so it doesn't hurt us that much. What is this? Oldenburg. What are you doing? How about you attack Denmark? Friesland has a truce with us until December. So we're gonna attack Denmark, call Friesland as a co-belligerent, so we get the Oldenburg into war. And this is where having diplomatic ideas comes handy, because instead of -2 stability, I get -1, which is also simply less AE for us doing this shit. Just need Lund from you, Mr. Denmark. I'll actually not take anything else, just keep short truces with these guys around here, and we'll see how easy it is gonna be to get converted. Let's deal with another center of reformation, so Memmingen. We don't have to attack them directly, we have to attack one of these guys, like one of these 2 guys, because the rest I have truces with. How about we go for Ansbach? Just not a bad enemy to attack. And again, just a small -1 CB. So Mr. Memmingen, for enforcement of religion, get rid of yet another center of reformation. So just left with this one in Denmark, which is not hurting us that much, but it hurts a little. And that's one in Bohemia, which I'll have probably to handle. So how about we white peace this war? Pretty strong ally. But they also have a bunch of nations to be released. We use Bohemia for one more war, which is war against Brandenburg, because there's so much to release here. And then we break the alliance. Seeing the real you. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 for sure. Releasing all of these boys from Brandenburg. No potential use of religions. And I think we are this way at 73 members, but there's still 7 heretics that are hurting us. Let's see what I can do to Shonen. By default, not such a good progress. But I can decrease amount of development here. A little bit. I can fully state it. And it's still not enough. I can get an edict. I was actually gonna progress. It's gonna be a bit too slow. That's why we're gonna pick this and this. So that is gonna be finished in just 4 years. I feel like all of the 3 cities wants to convert is still Aachen, Augsburg, Ulm being goddamn reformed. And in this kind of situations you have to just attack a nation that is not a free city that is allied to them. So attack Liege to convert Aachen, and I'm gonna attack Berg to convert Ingolstadt. This is still not the heir that I'm looking for. Johann, just stop trolling me. What the hell is this? Yeah, another reformation center gone. So, and another one here because Anglican just started in Scotland. I'm slowly safe to say that the reformation is gone. It's just this reformation center still here, which I'm gonna handle. And only Augsburg and Bohemia being heretic princes as soon as I finish with Aachen. Switzerland, how dare you! Yeah, I guess we'll do it again. From Bohemia I just want the region center, plus these 2 provinces, because I'm gonna convert them. And then release an just additional HRE members up out of this. At last. Okay, Johann. Thank you so much. It's still not the perfect heir, but I'm not counting on anything better. Next HRE reform is gonna increase imperial authority from 3 cities. So instead of 0.17 a month, we will be getting right now 0.2 a month. Good improvement, only 2 heretic princes in the empire. And 80 members. Guys, religious centers? What religious centers? Reformation is officially dead. Of only Bohemia being a heretic prince in the empire, and it's because they are still too big for me to enforce religion on them. We can take our first decentralization reform, which is increasing the amount of the free cities we can have. Let's do that. Let's take a look who would like to become a free city. And we will be able to do a couple. How about we start with taking a Diplorep guy, which allows us to make Holstein a free city. And then Coburg and Cleves. I just love how fragmented the HRE is thanks to us. It's just this Bohemia keep expanding the other way. The leagues just got created and I don't think Bohemia and Poland have much chance. Again, War of Bohemia. Another case where I'll be taking a border gore, converting these provinces and releasing a nation out of it. Hungary and Nitra. I also took Prague for this monument. I have to convert this province. So at the max level, I'll be getting Imperial Authority modifier plus 0.15. Imperial Authority is increasing 0.43 a month right now that I got Prague to level 2, and obviously I'll be saving mine to improve it to level 3. Including certain titles. Oh boy, there's a problem. Cannot enact reforms during religious conflict in the empire. And as a Catholic, I can't start that conflict. Declaring this kind of war, you see, I don't have the right CB for this. It's the Protestants that start the conflict, and as a Catholic, you can just sit on your ass and wait. I'm reading the wiki just to make sure. It looks like we have to wait 30 years from the leagues being formed. Oh boy, time for some speed 5. Yeah, guys, fighting Protestant link without a single Protestant nation HRE, but we just have to be patient right now. Honestly, not gonna micromanage much right now. I'll just go speed 5 this. Since I have about 10 more years of waiting for the peace of Westphalia, I declared war on the Ottomans, which is gonna be a challenging war, but I rushed Tech 15 for that, which means if you compare our army quality to the Ottomans, we have 2 more morale and 5% more discipline. That should be a massacre. That's why I'm winning on -1 versus twice as big army. Just to be sure, so my subjects are helping to reinforce. Yeah, I did stack a lot of subjects, and income from vassals is a bit of my total income. France quality is just tiny bit better than the Ottomans. But if I reinforce that battle, I can reinforce that even with 2 stacks. Yeah, it's a bloodbath. Not really, they actually killed many more troops, but that's because we attacked on the highlands. And with this battle, we should be able to push them across the strait. I don't know how stupid the Ottomans are, but they blockaded Cephalonia instead of the main straits here in the Sea of Barbara. So we just crossed. Should be easy work. Funny enough, I found out that they not only don't have Tech 15, they don't even have Tech 14. Have you guys ever seen Kilwa sieging down Mebel? I guess now you did. You know, it's not a small Kilwa, it's a big Kilwa with 56k troops after fighting for 5 years already. And they've lost 60,000 troops in this war. With them pieced out, I can get rid of the whole war. You see... Oh. Make sure to release Croatia. Give me that. So release Croatia as well as Bosnia, with the goal of adding them to the empire. I cut off Ottomans from them, so they're not gonna get killed. And I gave a bunch of cores to Hungary. What's worrying, there are new heretic princes in the empire, which is Donauwörth and Holstein around here. We have to deal with them again. Since I want to get in this run the 7 non-German free city achievements, so I'm trying creating a free city in Italy somehow. There it is. The Diet of Mulhouse. Catholic is the official faith. And I can grab another reform. This one gives manpower to emperor, manpower to electors, and friendly movement speed in the empire. Now, since this went back to 0, I can go ahead and... yeah, I get rid of our ruler. Although the air is trash. But... no, I'm gonna let him die. That management is pretty important. I'm getting, anyway, a lot of Imperial authority. Also, what I can do, instead of declaring wars on small countries that change religion, I can just enforce religious unity and get them this way to Catholic. Now, boys, we're getting 0.54 Imperial authority a month. Yeah, see, the Emperor died anyway, very quickly. Yeah, that arrow was trash. But we at least had 43 Imperial authority. A new one is even worse, like no luck to ours in this campaign. Anyway, the next centralization reform is gonna make the Imperial authority growth. Do I have any heretic princes? No, but just take a look. Plus 62% Imperial authority growth because we have a lot of princes. So instead of 0.67, we're making 1 a month, which gives us 12 a year. Next reform is here tax income, which is very little, and they've cost in all of the empire provinces. And then I don't get AE on the HRE members, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, and my ruler died immediately, which is not that bad because that's another bunch of imperial authority. There it is, Reichskrieg. Allows the emperor to create a casus belli on any nation not currently in the empire. Emperor and electors will be able to raise war taxes for free at war with the enemies of the Holy Roman Empire. Thank you so much. Let's wait a day now. There it is. The Mulhouse achievement is now in our hands. And the next step is to cancel some non-German free cities and create the non-German free cities in their place. So, for example, I will no longer hold Serbia as our subject, as I want them to become a free city. It's time, guys, to try the Reichskrieg. It costs us 25 bear authority. It gives us, okay, that gives us the CB for 5 years. Let's see how the declaration works. Imperial Realm War. That calls in everyone in the empire. France is truce with them. You just also have to make sure to insult them so you don't get a -1 stability for declaring why having good relations.
Yeah, I think we should be able to win it with that advantage. Yeah, just take a look at this. Reich Creek power. Why is this guy not joining? Ah, because they have some internal HRE wars and this guy's not in the Empire. But yeah, the numbers advantage is slightly on our side. I want to declare that war to release a bunch of Italian minors. So I can make them free cities. Look what's happening to Italy. Oh boy, I think these guys are gonna eat all of the food. Wait, that's not Project Caesar. Look at this. This is the power of friendship. Where are you guys running? They're probably running back home. Another thing, if all of these guys are at war together with me, they cannot declare on each other. So I can slowly go towards resolve the internal HRE wars. Oh, I just saw this news here. Let's see. Yeah, 15 of max absolute. It's not bad, not bad. But you see, I can easily cancel some of this. Well, just with 2 clicks we're at 35. These guys are so afraid they overstacked 100,000 troops in one province. My friends. And yeah, it's AI. Half a million AIs refused to reinforce me. Yep, releasing all of these boys in Italy. Anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, they're not gonna accept anything more. And now, I'm just afraid that I'll not be able to invite them to the Empire. Well, it's a minus 100 base. It's a bit not nice from them. So I might need to just attack them in 5 years. But in the meantime, I can take another reform. It's trying to finish this campaign. Let me create the last free city, which is gonna be in Danzig. We just need a bit more of a good relation. There it goes. They're not German, right? Oh shit, they might be German. Fuck, they are Germans. It doesn't count for the achievements. And Riga also doesn't count for the achievement. I have to add someone else here. But first we need to core these provinces. Okay, I think in Osel I can release Estonia. Then I have some forced religious unity because they are wrong religion. And finally, grant free city status. Estonia surely can't. There it is. Second achievement in this run. Neither Holy nor German have 7 free cities, not being German. Obviously Mulhouse, decentralizing the HRE. We could slow down a lot by the religious conflict, I think by like 20 years. That's fun. I had fun with this Spanish word at least. But still guys, you can probably clearly see that revoking the privileges much stronger, but maybe not as fun as decentralizing, just a different path. So guys, if you did enjoy that campaign, remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel because there's very exciting content coming the next few weeks. Bye!